Okay, the next part over here, we're actually finding the reflection of a line about a plane. Okay, take note, this concept over here is highly being tested in your school exams. Okay, reason being why, essentially because, right, okay, this concept actually tests you on almost everything on vector 3. They actually test you on finding the intersection between line and plane, finding the full perpendicular, finding the point of reflection about a plane, so on and so forth. Okay, so essentially this is very highly tested because one thing is it actually tests you on all the concepts. Okay, school will actually recognize whether you do know the concept as well. Okay, so take note of this thing. Okay, because the questions they like to lump it together with the school exam to test if you know all your basics as well. Okay, so I'm going to quickly run through with you how do I find the reflection of a line about a plane. Okay, so I'm going to draw it here. Okay, let's say I have a plane here. Okay, let's say this is my plane equation. Plane r dot n equal to d being the constant. Okay, I have a line equation here. L r equal to a plus lambda d. Okay, lambda is your number. Okay, let's not use d then in that case. Okay, let's use alpha. Okay, alpha being the constant. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the reflected line about a plane. Okay, so I'm going to use the green line to denote as L prime. Okay, so how do I find this line of reflection? Okay, there are a few things that I need to learn how to find. Okay, first thing, I'm going to find the point here. Okay, you do know that this point actually lies on the both line and as well as your plane. Okay, and how do I find this point? Okay, this is actually the point of intersection, okay, between your line and plane. Okay, so that's the first thing that you need to go and find. Okay, you're going to find the point intersection between the line and the plane. Okay, next thing you need to learn is, okay, to form the line equation, I will need a point, which you already found in point P, and I need a direction. Okay, so it's either I can get a direction immediately. If I cannot, then I need minimum 2 points to be able to get a direction. Okay, so what I'm going to do is very simple. I'm going to let point A here. Okay, essentially point A is most of the time being used as the point that lies on your line there. Okay, from here, I'm going to find the full perpendicular. Okay, this is a full perpendicular from point A to a plane. Okay, it's something that we actually learn also. Okay, the next thing we'll learn is, okay, we're going to find this A prime. Okay, A prime is a point of reflection about the plane. Okay, this is not in the notes, it's not in the video as well. However, it's very similar to vector 2. How do I find the point of reflection about a line? Okay, so take note, the concept over here is very simple. Once I find the full perpendicular from a point to a line, okay, I can use my ratio theorem. OF is actually equal to OA plus OA prime divided by 2 using a midpoint theorem. So if I want to find OA prime, okay, manipulating the equation, I'll get 2OF minus away OA. Okay, this essentially will help you to find A prime. Okay, take note, okay, you do see that it actually tests you a lot of different concepts, intersection between line and plane. Okay, the finding the full perpendicular and finding the point reflection. That's why this question is highly tested in school exam, because it does test you on the idea whether you know your basics well or not. Okay, so what happened here is that, okay, you have to take note because there's a lot of things you are finding at the same time. Okay, please make sure you denote everything nicely. Okay, because the question will give you something like that only. Okay, find the vector equation of the reflected line about the plane with the respective equation given below. So the question will only give you the line, will only give you the plane equation. They will not denote anything other thing else. Okay, so when you're actually doing, it will always help if you can quickly just sketch out the diagram. Okay, then always denote. Okay, denote what's the point P. Okay, I'm going to let point P be the point intersection between the line and plane. I'm going to let A be a point that lies on the line. I'm going to let F be the full perpendicular from A to plane. Okay, I'm going to let A prime be the point of reflection of point A about plane. So it always helps to denote. Okay, this will not only show that you are telling the examiner, hey, I know what I'm doing. Okay, I'm systematically following the things that I need to do to find the reflected line equation. Okay, it also makes sure that you don't get lost in your working. Okay, if you don't denote it, okay, if you don't denote it nicely, most of the time a lot of students will face this issue where you actually got confused halfway. You're not sure what you're finding or you are being lost in a way. So always make sure you denote. Okay, drawing out a diagram will help you to guide you to make sure that you are laser focused on what you are trying to find. Okay, and once you find it, it's actually quite easy. Although it's a very tedious question, most of the time they will actually award you 4 to 6 marks. So it's actually quite a worth it thing. You just need to be very, very laser focused to make sure you don't lose focus on what you're trying to find. Okay, so what happened here is that I have given you a line and a plane equation in this example. Okay, I did also give you some checkpoints so that you won't get lost. Okay, now all these checkpoints actually is a point intersection between line and plane. Okay, flow perpendicular is actually using the point here. Okay, so take note, if you don't use this point, obviously you'll derive another flow perpendicular. Okay, same thing. I also give you the reflector line as well. Okay, you should be able to derive the same point, the same direction. Okay, your direction might be slightly different. If unless you put in scalar multiples, also can. Okay, so long you can derive something similar to his, this will be your answer. Okay, so good luck. Try doing yourself. I'm not going to flash the answer over here. So, but given the checkpoint, you should be able to arrive everything very easily.